Okay guys, today we're going to talk about raising our hands, why it's important to lift our hands to God, and what that signifies in today's age. Let's go to the Bible. 1 Timothy 2 verse 8 from the Amplified Classic, and it reads, "I desire therefore that in every place men should pray without anger or quarreling or resentment or doubt in their minds, lifting up holy hands." Today's article is titled, "Raise Those Hands," and Pastor's telling us there's power released when you lift your hands to God. He then goes on to describe an account, which you can read for yourself in Exodus chapter 17, of a battle between the Israelites and the Amalekites, where Moses sent Joshua to fight and went to a nearby hill. And in this nearby hill, he started to lift his hands to God. And as his hands were raised, Israel was winning, but his arms got tired, so he had to put them down. But when he put his arms down, Israel were losing the battle. The people that were with Moses at the time, Aaron and Hur, noticed this change, so they propped up Moses' arms for him, one on either side. And then Israel won the battle. It's amazing. Now, Pastor then tells us that what is actually inspiring about this is how an act of faith on earth activated heavenly powers and caused victory for God's people. There is a profuse effusion of divine power as we lift our hands in prayer and worship. There's victory power welled up in our hands. So when we're in church and the pastor or the preacher or whoever's leading says, lift up your hands to God, don't get tired. You have to train yourself. You have to keep your arms up there, because you don't know what kind of victories you're causing for yourself in the spirit with your hands lifted up. You don't know. But things are happening. When your hands are lifted up to God, it's an amazing sign. Pastor tells us there's something deeply spiritual about lifting and waving your hands to the Lord in worship and prayer. It signals victory and dominion over circumstances and adversaries. See what I'm saying? If you want to see more success in your life, learn to lift your hands to God. If you want to see more victories, learn to lift your hands to God. Give it all to God in prayer. Give Him your all, everything. So don't feel weird that you're lifting your hands in prayer. And if no one else is doing it and you're doing it, don't feel weird, because you know what you're doing. You now know what you're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't feel weird. And when your arms get tired, train them to stay up. Like Moses, his hands got tired and he put his hands down. If Aaron and Hur went with him, would Israel have lost the battle? No. If you don't have an Aaron or Hur, you must have to train your hands. You have to. You don't want to lose your battles. But that's all we have time for today. I implore you, please get the article for yourself and read it. But let's take the prayer. Repeat after me. Gracious Father, my hands are lifted to you in worship and adoration. There's none like you. You're great and mighty. You alone are God. In every generation, you're the same, faithful, righteous, and true. You're my ever-present help in times of need. I worship you today. In Jesus' name, amen. Wow, what an amazing article. Now that we've had such a word, there's always an act to do. It says, go ahead and speak in tongues, lifting your holy hands to the Lord. That's been Teevo TV. I've been your host, Paul. See you again.